How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another first look patch video. It is patch 3.4a, and obviously about a few weeks ago with Gwen's release we had 3.4 release, so obviously it's only natural 2 weeks down the line that we get a new patch, or a balanced patch as I like to call it. So yeah, there's a few surprising buffs, a few surprising nerfs that I know a few people will hate. Yeah, so let's get straight into it, guys. So we're starting off with Camille. Camille, as we all know, last patch in the 3.4 patch, major one, she received a nerf. Obviously Riot has overturned this in the form of a base health increase of 5%. I'm pretty sure that's probably just undoing the nerf she just had. And obviously tactical sweep base damage has also been increased as well. As a Camille jungle and Baron lane player, I wholeheartedly accept this as an apology for the nerf for the last patch. Next one I didn't quite see coming, which was Gwen. Gwen obviously released on the 15th of this month, has now received her first buff only 2 weeks after she's been released. And does she need it? Maybe for early game, possibly, or vice versa. Late game, sometimes she can fall off late game depending on how competent you are with Gwen. But she is getting a base health increase of 50%, 50 points. Sorry, her passive has now been reduced, so damage to monsters, maximum damage to monsters has been reduced by 1 point and 1%. Ability power, snip snip, which is her first skill, base damage has gone increased, and obviously final snip's base damage as well has also been increased. Did she need this? Probably not. We'll see how it goes. She'll probably get nerfed in another 2 weeks, or she may get the same treatment as Nautilus and get God knows how many buffs in a row. So Nautilus, I'm gonna guess that this is his third buff in a row. And Nautilus, if you go and look on other content creators' tiers lists, you know, for me, I hate tier lists, but I do watch them to see what kind of grovel people do manage to shivel out with a tier list. And Nautilus is always like an S tier or S plus jungler, and now he's getting another buff, so fantastic. And nothing's to do with monster damage, and obviously there's no nerf of monster damage, which means getting Nautilus out of the jungle, but he's getting a passive buff. So stun duration has gone from 0.75 seconds, maximum of 1.5 seconds, to 1 second to 1.75 seconds. So his stun duration on his passive, so staggering blow stun, is going to increase. So it's going to be even more annoying when you get ganked by a jungle Nautilus, or when you're playing against him in lane as a support or something like that. And then his first skill, Dreadline, cooldown has been reduced. Do I think Nautilus needs this? No. He's pretty cracked already. I don't see why he needed this buff. And then the last buff of the patch is Yasuo, again receiving 2 buffs in a row now. I'm pretty sure Yasuo got a buff in the 3.4 patch, but now his basic attack damage has been increased, and obviously his ultimate has been increased damage wise. So obviously with Yone coming out, I think they need to give this Yasuo win boy a buff to contend with him. Nerf Ori. So Ori, we saw, got her rework, and I think this is her first nerf we've seen since the rework, and it's all to do with her passive, Essence Thief. So the base heal on champion takedown has gone from 80 to 100 plus 40% ability power, down to 70 to 190 and 30% ability power. I know a certain player that I play with won't be happy about this, but then again, he's quite new to the game, so I don't know if he will personally see the difference. Jamie, looking at you, boy. Next up on the nerf list is Echo. So first ability's base damage to monsters is decreased by 20%. So this is making Jungle Echo worse. So Jungle Echo right now is okay, and this with the first ability, so bonus damage to monsters. Again, with the new AP items, is it just balancing those out? So will it just resume Echo back to how he was before patch 3.4 with all these AP items? We're not gonna know until this drops, so obviously we'll see. We'll wait and see. Evelyn with the new AP items has also had a massive increase in player selection. She's been banned quite a lot. I personally have been banning her when I'm not playing her, and she's received a nerf on just her one ability, which is hate spike ability power ratio, and that has decreased by a whole 5%. Fourth on the list is Karma. So Karma's second and third ability are getting a bit of a nerf. So second ability is getting a cooldown increase, so from 13 seconds to 15 seconds. And then her third ability, Inspire Non-Mantra movement speed, has gone from 45% down to 30% again. Pretty much every nerf, if not actually, yeah, all nerfs are for AP champions, which it kind of reflects on the new AP items dropping and stuff like that. So the last but not least is Kassadin nerf. This is Kassadin's first nerf. He was buffed last patch as well. So the nerf on his second ability, Netherblade cooldown, has been increased by a whole 2 seconds. And then ultimate damage, so Rift Walk damage, has gone from... So the actual damage itself, so 80, 100, and 120 has stayed the same, and the ability power percentage has stayed the same. It's just mana has gone down by 1.5%. I don't think this will be a massive change. I don't think you'll see Kassadin being unplayable now. I think it's just one of those leveling out again with the AP item release. Adjustments, we got Pike. So Pike has, I think he has received quite a few buffs in the past few patches, and now we're seeing an adjustment. So his burst ability mana cost has been reduced by 15 points. Non-champion damage has gone down by a whole 25%, and then his third ability, so cooldown, has been reduced. So is this making for more Pike plays in lanes rather than jungle? We'll have to wait and see where the 3.4a actually gets announced, because obviously all these can be subject to change, but most of the time you don't see any of them being taken away because there's not been that much of a backlash. I don't think with these ones currently, I don't think that it will be a massive backlash, other than people basically saying, rightfully so, Nautilus having like 3 buffs in the last 3 patches is crazy. Onto the system and item buffs. So Riftmaker's base ability power has been increased by a whole 10 points. Solari Charge Blade attack speed has gone up to a whole 40%, and ability haste to a 20%. Solari's Charge Blade was really good when it first came out, especially when you used to when people were shipping like full crit graves in jungle. I personally use this item on Action, so it'd be good to see if it's gone back to its former glory, maybe not too OP when it first got released. And then we have, last but not least, Lethal Tempo has been a buff as well. So attack speed per stack has gone from 6% to 12% for melee, and 3% to 9% for ranged, to 7% and 30% of melee, and then starting at a 4% to 10% maximum as ranged. And then max stack bonus is now gone from 30 to 40%. Again, Lethal Tempo has been one of these runes that has been very popular. A lot of people that don't particularly know the game still can just go Conqueror on many ADCs. It'd be interesting to see how this works with Jax, because obviously Jax is pretty cracked right now, and we've literally just gave some more attack speed increase on Lethal Tempo, and obviously max stacks has got it by a whole 10%, so it will be, it's like an indirect Jax buff, so we'll wait and see how that one turns out. And then systems and item nerfs, so Relic Shield. So these are both the new passive items, which are pretty broken right now. So Relic Shield and Spectral Sickle. So the unique passive are Spoils of Wars. So item owner minion gold gain per charge consumption has dropped by 15%. And then the same on the Sickle. So tribute gold gain per charge consumption has dropped by 5%. So roughly around about the same drop on both of them. Yeah, I don't play support that much. I do play ADC lane, and whenever I do play ADC, I don't see I don't see my support building these items. So let me know how you guys think about these changes. Personally, with most of the nerfs, I get it. AP item release. they have to do something to balance out the champions rather than making them super cracked. I'm surprised they didn't do this in the 3.4 patch, but I think they just sort of like wanted to test the waters with it. Same with these new support items. As you can see, they've received a nerf straight away, which is crazy, and obviously Rift Makers received a buff straight away. So yeah, guys, let me know what is your favorite part of this first look. Do you think any of these will be taken off the table with the initial release of the 3.4a patch? If there is any differences, I will re-record a video on it to cover it. As it stands now, I think these will all go through. There's no massive uproar other than the Nautilus buff being Nautilus having buffs to the last 3 patches, which is just mental. If he gets a 4th one, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just end up probably doing giving somebody a skin or something like that. I'm pretty sure Bez would be very happy with that. Probably screaming for a Gwen skin somewhere while I'm recording this video. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Taking it upon myself to do some more YouTube stuff, so there'll be this dropping. We've got the Gwen combo video dropping soon on my short side of things. There's only one video because there wasn't many combos that I have seen and found, so there's only one video for Gwen, and then obviously we'll have Yone as well, so there'll be that to look forward to. And obviously there will be some champion videos. There was going to be some champion videos dropping with this as well, but with the game releasing a patch after Yone came out, so Yone came out and then a few days later another patch came out, so none of that footage is available for me, which has peed me off because I had some really good Rammus footage. I had some other champion footage that I really wanted to record, Gwen and Evelyn as well, so that was 3 videos that I have lost. RIP. But anyway, we'll keep playing and we'll receive some more footage anyway, guys, so take it easy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Sub if you've enjoyed it, and drop a like. It is greatly appreciated. Bye now, guys.